bleach powder I'm using is the Schwarzkopf Premium Lightening 9+ Dust Free. This also have a advanced neutralization to it. Somebody once told me bleach is bleach, powder bleach is powder bleach. All powder bleach are not the same. This one lifts up to 9 shades and it doesn't dry the hair out. So I use the 40 volume developer. These are just few other things: my bowl, the brush, and obviously the bundle. So I'm using half a bundle just to demonstrate what I'm about to do today. So I'm gonna bleach this hair first, then I'm gonna go on top of that and add the color that I am gonna go for on top of that. So I'm using a 4x4 lace closure. It's only 12 inch. It's gonna be a very short funky unit. So I use a scoop and a half on of the powder bleach. I will make more as I go along. I have a habit of making too much than I need. So I've learned to just make a little bit at a time and work my way up from there. I add the developer to it. I did not add too much, but just a little bit, you know, stir it up and add a little bit more as I go along. You are gonna see what the consistency I'm kind of working with is going to be in a minute. So I did not add the whole amount that I need all in one go, because I don't want it to be too runny and I don't want it to be too thick either. So more or less slightly liquider than what you would use if you were doing your bleaching the knot. So at this point I just go on and lather it on, really working it in, because this hair is folded in a number of times, so it's thick. So I will apply in the front, flick it backward or whatever, turn it around and apply on the other side of the hair, working it really in, because it might give the illusion that everything is covered, but in there are pieces that I might have missed. So I just really work it in. I wouldn't recommend brushing this through at this point, because it is bleach. This is bleach. It's very strong. It will break, completely rip out the hair. So like I said before, this is high, very high, like lifting power it has got. So before I even finish working on it, the color I've already started lifting. So I did the exact same thing. Moving on to the closure, the only caution I have to take is making sure the knot on the closure has already been bleached. So I have to just make sure I don't get the bleach anywhere near where the closure is. And again, I flick the closure backward again and apply on the other side of it. Cover it up and leave it to sit. I did not really put a timer on it. I just go on it every now and again, go and check to see how the color is coming along. I don't want it to be too blonde, but I do need it to be lifted a good amount. At this point, it hasn't fully reached where I need it to be yet. So I'm just opening it up to see if I've missed any part, which this minute it looks like I have. So I just reapply a little bit more bleach on it and making sure everywhere is thoroughly covered. So cover it back up and leave it to set for another 5 more minutes. Constantly checking on it to make sure I did not fry this hair. I did not want it to cook. I just want it bleached. Yeah. So at this point, it's all good to go already. So I've washed it off, rinsed it all out. I did just one shampoo. Look at that blonde, guys. Look at that gorgeous honey blonde. So I did just one shampoo and wash it off with absolute cold water. One tip of the day: the colder the water is, the better. This help the hair to cuticle to be closed, and also help the hair to be shine. So let's move on. The color I'm using is the Garnier Color Sensation color 6.60 Ruby Intense. So that is the color I'm using. It comes with this, obviously, the color, the conditioner, which that served me no good, and you have the developer. Everything, all you need is already in the box, with the gloves that I don't know who used those gloves that come in it. So I stir that in really good all together, splash that on the bundles again from back, turn it, flip it upside and pull on the other side, making sure everything is completely coated. So at this point I do excuse me, brush it through, because this is my final color and I want to make sure every inch of it is covered. I might have messed about using during the bleaching aspect, but this part I need to be completely into it and make sure I do not mess this up, because I mean, this is the final color. If I mistakenly get the color, this very color I'm doing now, on the part that wasn't bleached, I won't worry, because it's not gonna penetrate. Those parts hasn't been lifted. It hasn't been lifted, so it's not gonna color. Just a quick recap is the Garnier Color Sensation Color 6.60 Intense. I will come back very soon to show you guys the finishing result once I rinse it out.